This is Ray Mooney's Wild World of Wet Shaving. Let's begin. Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Ray Mooney. Today I talked to someone who I only recently discovered, and he was gracious enough to agree to chat with me. So I'm really thrilled to welcome Rob Valentini from Valentini Garage Works. Welcome, Rob.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it.
My
You got my
pleasure.
name right too, which is a shock. Everybody says my last name wrong.
How do they normally say it?
Oh, it's Valentine. It's anything under the sun except for the correct way.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know. There's a huge Italian community in Montreal in any
Well,
case.
there you go.
So maybe used to it. I don't know. In any
Could
case,
be.
thanks for coming on. Great to meet you.
Hey, you too.
Just to tell you the story of how I found you, actually,
Hmm.
I saw one of your razors up for sale. I forget if it was on Facebook or maybe in one of the communities that I roll in
Yep.
on Reddit. And I was like, wow, it's a work of art.
Oh, thanks.
So I looked you up and I saw that you're in St. Catharines, Ontario. So,
Yep.
always a pleasure to talk to a fellow Canadian.
Yeah, it's nice to see some of us in the same country.
That's it,
Yeah.
indeed. And figured, I'd get your story and dive into what you do and why.
Yeah. Yeah. The why.
Right. Okay, so we can start there. Why?
Um, I've always done some form of art. You'll always hear it from the artists. I've always been into art, but I always have been. I went to school, went to college for like a year and a half, got out of that kind of, it was boring. But I took art and art history in college. I've always been a drawer, a painter.
Yeah.
Um, I was tattooing for a while. I built tattoo
Nice.
machines,
Okay.
pinstriping, like pinstriping on cars and that
Yeah.
type of thing. Did that for about 10 years. About 10 or 12 years ago, I got into making sharp, pointy objects.
Okay.
I had purchased a couple of Dovo razors.
Yeah.
Um, I thought they were the pinnacle. I know they're not, but I thought, those are my first ones to get into it, and I enjoyed using them.
Sure.
But I felt I've always looked at mechanical things as, what, it's been made once before, it can be remade.
Yeah.
I
I
was
love that.
messing around in the garage, making knives, just actually I started making razors first before I started making knives, but I
Okay.
always looked at my razor thinking, like, to me, I like big bulky stuff,
Yeah.
and my current razors are more in that vein. My earlier ones were horrible. They were terrible. So, I mean, it's progressed quite a bit. But I started making them, and I was like, you know what? I made one for myself. Um, Things started going. I was making a few more. And I just the guys around,
Sure.
friends and family. Oh, they're supportive. So sold a few, gave a couple away, that type of thing. And it just kind of sprung from there.
Amazing.
And, probably about 10 years now
Okay.
messing around. Yeah.
And how many razors would you say you make on average a year? Or
Uh, I don't do a lot. To me, it's a side gig.
yeah.
Uh, I do it as a hobby. I enjoy doing it. I've got a lot of razors throughout the world. I've shipped a ton of razors overseas,
Amazing.
Dubai, Singapore,
Oh wow.
France, Italy.
Yeah.
I've got a customer that's putting in an order, working with him right now, and he's out of the UK as well. So, how many do I make a year? Very low, very low. I'll do maybe 100.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing huge. I'm not massive. I mean, it takes a lot of time. So,
Absolutely. But that's
yeah,
great. That makes them even more sort of precious because there are,
yeah. I mean, they're not mass
limited
produced.
number. Yeah. No, that's great.
Exactly.
And the ones I've seen and even looking at your website, they're absolutely beautiful. They're sort of each
Oh,
one
thank
is
you.
its own work of art.
Yeah,
And they seem to be very well reviewed. I have yet to try one, but I
yeah.
intend to soon.
Well, we'll have to get your hands on one of them.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So, I mean, what got you interested in this? Did you have a background in metallurgy or something like that?
Um, I've always been mechanical.
Yeah.
Um, I've always liked playing with fire.
Okay.
So I mean,
Sure.
making razors, doing the heat treating, making knives, doing the heat treating and tempering and all that. I mean, that kind of all kind of got me interested in doing the whole thing. So,
Nice.
you know what? It was just a snowball thing. I looked at my razors and I thought, you know what? yeah, maybe I can make something maybe a little bit better. I don't know, but we'll give
Sure.
it a try.
I
And
love
it
that.
just kind of started from there. Yeah.
Amazing. And
Yeah.
is there a lot to learn or is it a steep learning curve?
Huge.
Yeah, I
Huge.
imagine.
Yeah. My first few that I did, I had no idea on the geometry,
Okay.
what it actually took to actually shave. They'd cut paper, they'd cut things, but they wouldn't shave you.
Interesting.
Trying to get the edge down properly. My first few, the edge thickness was way too much. It was way too thick. It took a long time to actually be able to, get the edge down to where it needed to be so you can actually hone it properly.
Okay.
Those are, the first 5, 6 razors. After that, it started progressing, but yeah, it's kind of evolved.
Sure. And you had sort of all the equipment to do this, or you slowly acquired what you needed?
No, slowly acquired,
Okay.
slowly acquired. I started off with some rudimentary tools, like some just, Harbor Freight or Princess Auto type grinders and like your 4 inch wide, what are they, 4x32 belt grinders.
Okay.
They got a round wheel on the front,
Yeah.
but they have an arch in it, so you can't exactly get a flat grind on, like a flat across. So
Sure.
there's actually a hollow spot. So those, you have to get rid of that. So I picked up what's called a 2x72 belt grinder, probably about 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Uh, Picked up a VFD for it. I mean, you start piecing everything together and you're like, okay, well, that cost you this much, this cost you that much. Before you know it, you spend $5,000 on a grinder.
Right. Exactly.
You think, okay, it's a cheap hobby. Yeah, it's not really.
Well, like any hobby, if you get really into it, it ends up
Yeah,
costing. Even the straight razor game, I started with double
yeah,
edge, safety
yeah,
razors and dove into straights and yeah, it's
yeah.
endless expenses.
Oh, 100%.
So I guess
100%.
you're into, because I don't know you from the wet shaving community I'm in,
Right.
but you're into wet shaving, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, as you can see, I got a beard, so I don't
Yes.
shave a lot. I do my cheeks, I do my neck. Um, Once I decided, I felt like, it's time to shave off the beard. So it was good practice to,
Sure.
do the whole face with the straight razor. But,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm kind of in on those different, the Facebook groups, a
Okay.
couple of Instagram groups. I follow some of the guys. Um, I try to stay, active in it, but with everything that goes on, I mean, I work a day job. This
Right.
isn't my primary source of income. I do, like I said, I do this as a hobby.
Sure.
So balancing everything and staying
It's
fully
tough.
committed in those,
Of
yeah, it's
course.
tough. There's not
Yeah.
enough hours in the day,
Right. Indeed.
but
Indeed.
but it's great.
Um,
I mean, those groups, they show you a lot of different stuff out there. I mean,
for sure.
the product, even the old stuff, you get in the antique community. I
Yeah.
mean, it's some crazy stuff these people own. And
Are
I'm sure
you
you own a few.
I own more than a few, yeah, and sort of into the groups as well. So,
Yeah.
are you a collector yourself? Do you
Not so much. Not
no.
so. You know what? I mean, this area is kind of weird. Um, I heard one of your other podcasts. One of the guys said, the old stuff, the antiques were available quite a bit, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, everybody bought them. Kind of found the same thing. I would hit all the different antique stores and try and find some, different old. And I found a few.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Wade and Butchers, some really nice old ones.
Okay.
They stay in a box in a shelf, and
Sure.
they're kind of tucked away. I've got a Philharmonica as well.
Oh wow.
Is that the
Okay.
right name, Philharmonica?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I've got a couple others that I don't know the names on them. I have to research them. But maybe 6 or 8 of them, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
And
And then
you rotate through them, or you just sort of they
you
stay
know
in the
what?
box in the
They're
closet.
in a box.
Yeah.
They're in a box. I don't
Okay.
use them. I still don't. I haven't even made myself a razor yet. So
Oh, for real? Okay.
for real,
Wow.
for real. Yeah. Well, I've got an old one of the old ones, probably an 8-year-old razor that I have,
Yeah.
and it's sitting in the cabinet. I don't use it.
Interesting.
So when I make a razor, I'll test it on myself,
Yes.
and then I'll sanitize it. When it gets sold,
Sure.
or sanitize it before it gets sold, and
Yeah.
go through the
Some
whole
development.
process.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
A man who doesn't even use his own product. Amazing.
I got to make myself one. Every time I go to make myself one,
Yeah.
I'll post it online. And they'll go like, somebody buys it. So I'm
Well,
like,
this is it, right?
all
It's,
right,
yeah,
you
and
know,
especially it's not quite a unicorn, but seems like quite a precious piece because you don't make too
well,
many of them.
yeah. I mean, even, take them away. I don't care. I'll make another one.
Right. Well, but that's it. When
Yeah.
you know how, I guess That's sort of the key.
Yeah, for
So,
sure. For
speaking of
sure.
which, if I can ask, what's involved in making a straight razor?
A lot.
Do
I've
tell.
actually, yeah, I mean, I've got two on the bench right now I'm making.
Yeah,
Um, I've already got what, I mean, heat treating and tempering. I mean, that's kind of, it's passive time.
sure.
Um, your heat treat it takes you, say, a half an hour to heat treat.
Okay.
Tempering takes another 4 hours. You're doing other things. To actually, you know, from bar stock to a finished blade, you're probably about 15 hours
Okay.
to manufacture,
Yeah.
depending on the surface finish that you want. If I'm doing a lot of stuff right now to get Hamones out of the razor, so it's differential hardening.
Okay.
To do that, you're looking at, wet sanding, hand sanding from 240 grit all the way up to about 3,000 grit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot of time.
Sure.
I've got one sitting on the bench right now. I've already spent 5 hours just hand sanding.
No kidding.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, and you're hitting all the surfaces too, right?
Excuse me. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's a
So,
lot of work.
yeah. Yeah. It takes time.
And I guess you make various models, different, I
Yeah,
saw.
I've got a few that I lean on. I've got one that I call a bullnose, which has been a pretty good seller. People tend to like it. It seems to do well.
Yeah.
Barber notches, French points. I don't do a lot of Spanish points.
Okay.
My razors, as you've looked at my Instagram
Yeah.
page, they all look like they'll kill you.
Sure.
They're pretty big. My stuff is I haven't made an 8/8 razor in
Pardon me.
I haven't made an 8/8 razor in probably 5 years.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Always bigger.
All
Yeah.
all my stuff is, I think my smallest I've made recently is like a 10/8.
That's a big razor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
smallest one. Now I don't go above 11, but it's still quite a
Yeah.
large blade.
But it seems to be a lot of people like those big blades. I have a couple myself, but
Do you?
I also have a lot of older, anything from 4/8 all the way up to 7/8, 6/8
Yeah, I
standard.
was looking at your Instagram page. You got a lot of stuff on there.
I do. I'm, a collector myself.
Yep.
So
Yep.
went a bit nuts with all that stuff. But
It happens. Hey, if you can pick them up.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm still kicking myself in the butt. A guy I was doing some pinstriping. He was a rebuilder of old
Oh wow.
Ducati motorcycles,
Sure.
and I would pinstripe them for him. Do the original pinstriping for it.
Yeah.
He comes out and he says, "I'm gonna," he says, "What do you want? Do you want cash for this job, or here, I'll give you this box of razors?" And I was like, "I can't do this." I said, "I'll buy them off you." I said,
Hmm.
"I'm pulling out these antiques, and I'm looking. I'm like, you don't want to sell these." I guess his dad gave them to him, and
Right.
he's an older gentleman himself. I'm like, you don't want to give these things away. These things are worth thousands of dollars.
Sure.
So he goes, "Oh, I had no idea. He just thought they were just straight razors." I'm like, "No,
Yeah.
dude, do yourself a favor, do a little bit of research. If you want to sell them,
Yeah.
give me a call, but hold on to them."
Sure.
Yeah.
That's good of you to, because you could have scored some
Uh,
sweet straight razors for cheap.
yeah.
No.
I'm still kicking myself in the ass. I probably
Right.
should have told him, you know what? Hey, I'll take this one. He had
At
some nice
least
ones.
one, something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
so are you a motorcyclist as well, or?
I've
Okay.
ridden for the past 22 years. I just recently sold my last motorcycle.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
yeah, getting old,
I hear you. I still
getting
have
old.
one. I still enjoy
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
it's sport touring, so you're a little bit lean forward,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
days of doing that, it hurts now. So I hear you.
Yeah. I started off, I had my first bike was a 2002 Sportster that I pretty much gutted the entire bike.
Oh wow.
Uh, bought a Paco rigid frame,
Hmm.
suicide shifted it. Um, just the only electronics on the bike. There was no signal lights, no nothing. It was just a headlight and a tail light,
Wow.
and that was it.
And you drove
Uh,
that on the streets? That's
oh God, yeah, it was
yeah,
fun.
sure. Nice.
Jockey shift, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of fun. It's a lot
Sure,
of fun
of
bombing
course.
around. Just a little bar hopper. I think the gas tank was like a gallon and a half.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't go far.
Right.
You
Still
didn't go
fun.
far. Yeah, for sure.
So you sound like a very hands-on, sort of do-it-yourself kind of
Yeah,
guy. That's
yeah,
that's great. It's
yeah.
wonderful. Tell me, is there a secret cabal of straight razor makers in Canada?
I don't know of anybody around this area that makes straight razors.
Interesting. I know a couple
Yeah.
of guys, I don't know them, but I know of them in Montreal actually who make straight
Okay.
razors. But
Okay.
similar to you by hand, like
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
hobbyist.
Again. Yeah. I mean, I've gotten in contact with a few guys. Who is Stuart Kerr from Boxer.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with
No.
Boxer Custom Razors. He's on Instagram.
Okay.
Trevor Woolfson from,
Yeah.
I believe he's in
He's in South Africa, is he
South
not?
Africa. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He just recently got back from Blade Show in Atlanta.
Okay.
So we've chatted several times. Good
Hmm.
guys. Good
Yeah.
guys. They make some pretty different stuff. I mean, Trevor makes some really different stuff.
Sure.
He's a pretty creative guy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he makes
yeah,
some
nobody
wild
around
stuff.
here.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know of Top of the Chain? I think you're in St. Catharines, right?
Yep. Yep.
They are as well. They're a huge Canadian purveyor, mostly online, in fact, of shave goods.
Okay. Okay. No, I never heard.
And
I'm writing it down.
yeah, top of the chain. Might be your neighbor.
You never know.
Who
Probably right
knows?
down the street.
Right. Do you have a
Yeah.
favorite type of blade that you like to make?
Um, yeah, recently it's been a lot of those bull noses.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my comfort zone,
Sure.
but I mean, it's just the point. I do a lot of hand filing on the spines as well.
Yeah.
Um, I'll be doing, I actually have one right now that I'm doing that has a vine pattern on the back. I believe that is, shoot, I think it's a square point. I can't
Okay.
remember. I just looked at it too. I've got another one. I call it a DNA strand. It's actually a rope strand. It's a long, right across. It's a nice flat back razor.
Yeah.
So that'll look pretty when it's all polished up.
And you do all that by hand, the spine
Yeah, it's all
marking.
by hand.
Wow. Okay. So
Yeah,
it's
that's all by
very
hand.
involved.
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, I wish there was I wish there was a small enough grinding wheel to do that
Yeah.
because just the rope takes me. You're looking at about a 3 inch space. It takes me at least an hour and a half
Right.
to do that pattern. So
Sure.
yeah,
Sure.
it's a lot.
Amazing. Still, to me, it just increases the value,
Well, it
the
looks pretty
sentimental
too.
value. Yeah.
It looks pretty, and yeah, and I mean, it gives it something, something that nobody else is really doing.
Right.
Um, scallops are nice too. Do a lot of those.
Sure. Sure. Interesting.
Yeah,
What's important to you in creating a cutting implement?
making sure it's not junk.
Okay. Great
You know,
answer. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if it doesn't meet my expectations, if it doesn't pass the test, then it goes in the bin.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've got lot of, a
A lot
lot
of
of
stuff in the
throwaways.
bin.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it happens. Sometimes you grind it too thin.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just, the grind is off. It just doesn't look right.
Sure.
You know, um, it happens. So, when I'm making a razor, if I'm making one, I'm usually making two, just in
Okay.
case.
Interesting.
So, yeah, just in case. You never know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It has to be quality.
Right.
I don't want to have my stuff going out there and having not some. You're going to get everybody's going to give different reviews.
Sure.
Everybody's going to give their own point of view. I mean, I've got guys in the States that I sell, right? One of my customers in California, he's got, I think, 7 or 8 of my razors
Oh,
now.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's crazy. Every time I turns around, he's like, "Hey, I wanted this razor." I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll do a certain. I start off when I hone my razors. I start off with synthetic edge, and then I work my way up to a JNAT, a
Yep.
Japanese
Japanese
stone.
natural stone. Yeah.
Very clean, very clean. The first few that I sold him, they were finished off at synthetics, and he says, "Well, I got to put my own natural finish." I'm like, "Do what you want."
Sure.
He says, "Yeah, they shave great, but I like my finish." I'm like, "Yeah, that's great." Everybody
Yeah.
has their own feeling, their own
Absolutely.
opinion. So, I like to get it to the point where it's as clean and as perfect as possible before it goes out the door.
Sure. No,
You
that's
know,
great.
yeah,
And I mean, there's so many different options in terms of honing and finishing that it's almost
100%,
endless, right? Is that something
100%.
you're into as well? Are you like a fanatic on the
Um,
rocks and stones and such?
you know what? I mean, I got into when I first started doing honing. It was you bought the cheap stuff because it
Sure.
got you to the point where you could actually get an edge. And then you realize, well, they're garbage. So you throw them all out. And then
Yeah.
you go spend some more money to buy, some Shaptons, you buy some other stuff, Nanawas. And,
Yeah.
again, it's another rabbit hole.
It
The
sure
more,
is. And an
yeah.
expensive one too. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I mean, the last one I bought was like $600.
For a JNut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
And that was cheap.
It is. It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, listen, I fell down that rabbit hole, but being sort of budget constrained, I got myself, or someone found me on the used market, some synthetic stones.
Hmm.
And then I bought a JNat Nozuku, so a very hard
Hmm.
finishing stone
Yep.
of unknown origin.
Yep.
The
No
guys,
rating on it.
no rate, no,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
A little Tomo that, doesn't look anything like it, but
Right.
builds a slurry anyway.
Yep.
And the guy I bought it from, it was affordable, expensive
Yep.
but affordable. The guy
Yep.
swore up and down that it was a great finisher,
Yep.
and it is. And
Yep.
I've learned to get a very, very comfortable edge for myself with it.
Hmm.
I'd be
Yep.
curious to send out a razor to someone else that they can judge me on it to see.
Yeah.
Because it's endless. I would love to get, 10 more stones and really
Oh,
get into that, but it's too much. It's just
I spend hours. I look at, I'm online, I'm looking for different
right.
stones, and I'm like, I mean, I know what I got. I know what finish it gets up to.
Sure.
I know what type of job it does. I mean, I'm sure it can get better.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
But if
maybe.
people are comfortable with it or satisfied with
Yeah.
it, isn't
Yeah.
that enough, I guess?
I haven't had anybody call me back and say, "Hey, this thing doesn't shave,"
Right. Fair
or
enough.
"Hey, this feels terrible." No, they feel good. I know, and again, because I use them.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's a quality control test.
you got to do it.
Yeah. No, well,
You
some
got-
people don't, and there's so many sellers on eBay, for instance, who
Yep.
claim shave ready, and never in a
Yeah.
million years
Not even close.
they come chipped or whatever.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
right. Do you use different types of steels, or you sort of
I do.
focus on one? You
I
do.
do. I've used D2. I've used some air hardening steel. I've tried stainless. I'm not crazy about stainless. I don't know why.
Sure.
You know, I don't know why it is. It just doesn't grind as nice. It doesn't feel as nice when you're working with it. I don't know.
Right.
It's just a me thing.
Yep.
I've tried D2. I liked it. I've tried O1 way back when.
Okay.
O1 steel, which is nice. I've just recently gotten myself into a steel called 125 CR1, which is more like a Japanese Hitachi steel.
Oh, interesting.
It's a very clean steel.
Yeah.
There's no extra alloys, no impurities, no nothing. It's a very high carbon steel. It's really nice. It's terrible to grind after you heat treat it. It takes forever. It eats up belts
Right.
because it's so hard.
Right.
But yeah,
Amazing.
it's nice. It's nice.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And you also make kitchen knives, right? Or
Yep.
chef's knives, right?
Yep. I make chef knives. I'll use 1095 or 80 CRV2 for those.
Okay.
And with that, I hand forge those. So that's another rabbit hole I got down into
Sure.
probably about 5 years ago.
Wow.
So I've been messing around with that. And that's another thing I really do enjoy doing those. It gives me a little bit of time out in the garage where I can use the heat and, throw them in the forge and start beating the
Sure.
heck out of metal with a hammer. So
Amazing. Yeah.
it's that primitive thing, right? So
Do your neighbors complain? All the clanking and the hammering?
no,
No.
no, my
Great.
neighbors, no. A guy across the street from me says, "What are you doing in here?" He brings a beer. He's got two beers in his pockets and he says, "Here."
Love it. Love
Says you
it.
got to be sweating. I'm like, "Yeah, it's hot out."
That's a
Yeah,
good
it's fun.
neighbor.
Yeah, he is a good dude.
Amazing. Do you think that I've asked this question to many others. It's a recurring question. Do you think we're in a golden age of wet shaving right now? Or razor making, even from your perspective?
I think you're starting to see more. I don't know.
I mean, you've been doing this for about a decade now, right?
Yeah, yeah, about that.
Has it changed at all over
You know what? I
have you
mean,
been?
it's kind of different. I mean, the economy kind of changes things. So you're not, sometimes you're selling more. Every time I say this, my girlfriend, she's like, I'm like, I've got like a dozen razors sitting on the shelf, nothing's moved.
Yeah,
And she goes, "Well, as soon as you say that, everything's gone." And she's, next thing I know,
everything's gone. Yeah.
everything's gone.
It's
Um, yeah, I mean,
it's a
it
good
it happens.
jinx. Yeah.
yeah. I keep trying to. I always bring up that conversation with her. As soon as I got three in the shelf, I'm like, oh, I got three left. Jesus, I'm not moving.
Perfect.
Cha-ching.
Yeah.
It happens.
Perfect.
I don't
Hey.
know. I don't know. Golden Age, maybe. I like to see more people getting into it. I think it's
Yeah.
throw away those cartridge razors. I keep I
Well,
post
that's
videos
it.
on my website. He said, guys, shave like a man. Like throw those things in. You know,
Shave like a
those are for
man,
ladies.
indeed.
Those are for the ladies' legs.
Right.
Take up this barbaric instrument.
There's a thrill to it. There's a danger factor. It has
Yeah,
it has it all, you know.
yeah,
Similar to you. I'm a motorcyclist. I'm a
yep,
straight razor shaver. I'm a
yep.
drummer. I'm like all
Oh,
the
are you really?
yeah.
Very
Well,
cool.
hobbyist, but yeah,
Yep.
all
Yeah, I thought I
the
was a guitar player a few years ago. I bought a
right.
bunch of guitars, and I just recently sold my last one.
Sold your bikes, sold your guitars. What's going on,
Yeah,
man?
you know what? There's too much crap in my house.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Too much stuff just laying around. Get rid of it. Don't need it. Don't
Yeah.
use it. Out.
Makes sense. That's the Marie Kondo way. If it doesn't bring you
Well,
joy, if it doesn't spark joy,
you know what? It was kind of a shame seeing the last bike go, but
sure.
at the end of it, I've had too many close encounters.
Right.
Too many close calls.
Fair enough.
Recently had a problem with my left hand, my clutch hand.
Yeah, that's
So yeah, you hit that 56-year-old mark, and it's time to get rid of one.
I'm almost there myself, but
All right.
yeah, there's a time for everything, I guess, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, excuse me, just out of curiosity, how do you advertise? Is that a thing for you or just word of
No,
mouth? Really?
no. Yeah, I just, you know what I mean? I go onto the different razor forums,
Yeah.
and I'll post when I got something new. I'll throw up, a few pictures, say, hey, it's available.
Okay.
Anybody's interested, shoot me a message. I just had like that UK guy. I guess he was out he was on Facebook, and
Yes.
he found my page, and I was like, okay.
That's
Found
how
my
it happens.
website, went to my website,
Yeah.
contacted me rather than buying something right off the website. But can we do this?
Sure.
I don't do a lot of that. Like I don't do a lot of like
Sort
I
of
hate to call them
custom.
custom. Yeah,
Well,
it's
tailor made.
it's
I don't know. What do you?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, here's I'll give them if they want to do something custom,
Yeah.
here's the shapes that I have. This is what I'm working on. Is this good? Yes. Hey, do you want to change the handle material? We can change the handle material.
Sure.
How much really custom is there? I mean, all the razors that I make, every one of them looks, different from the next.
That's
So,
it. Right.
but you want to keep them
Are
happy.
the blades consistent in terms of the shapes? I know you make a few different
Yeah.
styles, but yeah.
Yeah. The hollow grinds, like the grind itself is pretty consistent. I'll
Okay.
flop back and forth. I know a lot of guys like that super, super thin,
Sure.
the full hollow. I'm not crazy about that
Okay.
myself. I'm more into like not so much a wedge. I don't like wedges. I shouldn't say that. I've never really made a wedge.
Right.
Um, but I tend to stay around like that half hollow.
Okay.
Being so tall, I think it needs a little more support in the midsection of the blade as well.
Sure.
So if it was full hollow being as tall as it is, I think it would just flap in the breeze.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's pretty
Yeah.
thin. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like to keep them around that size.
Sure. Makes sense. How about the scales? You make them by hand or you have materials you
I
buy?
stabilized some of my own material, so
Okay.
I'll use like around here you can't really find like box elder or stuff like that, but
Right.
one of my local suppliers I do get some really nice maple,
Okay.
so I can get like bird's eye maple, hard
Okay.
curly, some really nice figured maple.
Yeah.
So I'll get that stuff from them. But one of my guys in Texas, Rob's Wildwood, I'll tend to order stabilized material from him.
Okay.
Um, he does a lot of different stuff. So, he's got curly cottonwood and um, different ebonies. I've
Yeah.
got white and black ebony from him, which is
Oh,
really
wow.
pretty.
Sure.
Yeah, some really nice stuff. So I'll order the exotics from him, and whatever I can find around here, I'll do myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice. And plastics or resin, that sort of thing? Not so much.
not crazy about it.
Okay. Fair
Not
enough.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, my Carta is probably the closest I'll go to. Well, I shouldn't even say that. I made one for a customer. It was the Juma. I don't know if you're familiar with
No,
Juma.
not.
It looks like a dragon scale,
Okay.
and it's a pretty slick looking material. It really is. I kind of forcing myself to I'm gonna have to go out and buy some more of it because it looks really pretty when it's finished.
Okay, nice. It's a
But for the most,
plastic or something like that?
it's a plastic
Yeah,
epoxy. I don't even know exactly what it is. Even when
right.
you cut into it when you're sanding it, it doesn't smell like an epoxy or
Interesting.
your typical. Yeah, it's something different. So
Okay.
yeah, respirator on when
Yeah, I
you're
was going to
sanding
say wear a
stuff.
respirator for
Oh,
sure.
100%.
All
Yeah, 100%.
right.
Yeah.
Here's a recurring question again. Would you use another man's used soap?
Would I use another?
Man's soap, like used soap. So there's a lot of buying and selling in
Right.
my community. There's a lot of buying and selling of shave soaps, tubs
Yep.
of shave
Yep.
soap.
Yep.
So it's always interesting. Well, not so interesting, but a recurring question in any case.
Yeah, you know what? I was on a forum and I was talking to a guy and he says, yeah, I guess he was making soap or he collected different
Sure.
soaps. He was going
Okay.
to put together something for me. I got to reach out to him because, I told him, I said, like, put together something. If I was going back maybe 3 weeks ago, I haven't heard from him yet, but
Okay.
yeah, I try some different stuff. I'm not I haven't tried a lot of different stuff,
Interesting. Do you
you know?
use like a tub of soap and a brush to shave with, or
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay?
Now, what do I use? Parasso?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Look, that's a good entry.
yeah, I mean, that's as far as I've gotten into it. I know there's a lot of stuff out there.
Oh my God, I'm gonna send you stuff now.
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
you'll regret the day you came on this podcast.
Well, this guy, he says, yeah, I'll send you a list. I'm like, just why even bother? Here's the scents that I like.
Yeah.
Put a little package together. Don't go crazy. Put a little package together. He goes, well, I've got like 100 different flavors. And I'm like,
Well, that's it.
uh, how would I even select
Yeah.
anything?
So what kind of scents do you like then?
Um, I don't know, more kind of woody.
Woody,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, citrus, some citruses.
Citrus, woody, all right.
Yeah, eucalyptus. I'm kind of the basic, I guess. You
Well,
know?
basic. I mean, it's there's so much variance, and even within citrus or woody, there's
Yeah,
there's a lot of nuance if you're into
yeah,
the
yeah,
fragrances and that sort of thing. So
yeah, yeah.
I'll send you a care package, as they say. It'd be my
I would
pleasure
appreciate that.
to
I would
turn you
appreciate
on
that.
to that because I
Very
too I
cool.
have 100 and something tubs of soap,
Yeah. Oh, I
enough
was
for
watching
me,
one of
my
the guys.
grandkids, and future
Oh,
generations.
Jesus. I was watching one of the guy's videos, and he's got the backdrop of all of his razor gear, and I'm
Right.
like, he's got DEs all over the place. He's got 100 tubs of soap, and I'm like, all the different brushes, and I'm like, you've got thousands upon thousands of dollars sitting behind you. I'm like, good for you, dude.
Well, so a
And
lot
I
of
love seeing that.
yeah, look, a lot of I'll say us are collectors.
Yep.
It's not
Yep.
I have other hobbies,
Yep.
but this is the main hobby, and for whatever
Yeah.
reason, I'm maybe collector slash hoarder. I don't know what is there a difference? It's a fine line, right?
Hey, honestly, I love seeing it. I love seeing it. Not just because I'm a maker and I like to see my stuff out there.
Sure.
I like seeing guys with all these different interests and these different hobbies and
Yeah,
seeing what really, makes them tick.
that's it.
What makes them happy. So
And I guess when you're passionate about something, you go all in, it can
100%. Yeah.
get very expensive and redundant,
Hey,
but
yeah.
uh,
We own motorcycles.
well, that's it
We know how expensive they can get. So,
for sure.
you know,
Everything could be a rabbit hole, really.
oh, it's crazy.
Okay, so tell me, Rob, please, if you
Sure.
please, why do I need a proper kitchen knife?
You know what? You don't need one.
Okay.
You don't need one. Um, I follow a guy named Neil Kamimura. He's out of Hawaii,
Yes.
and he's kind of like my spirit animal. He's a great guy.
Okay.
I watch all of his videos. He's Japanese, Hawaiian, and he basically said, like you can go to the store and buy a $20 knife, and it's going to do exactly the same thing that this is going to do.
He's a knife maker, I guess.
He's a knife maker,
Right.
yeah. And he
Okay.
goes, my drawers are filled with $30 knives.
Right.
He goes, but this is luxury.
Interesting.
You know, this is luxury. Don't drop your price on them. This is what you sell them for, and
Yeah.
this is what it is. Why do you need one? You know what? I think it just feels nice.
Yeah.
It feels nice when you're using it that you have something in your hand that's handmade by some guy. Whether it's
Absolutely.
me or
Absolutely.
whether it's Neil or the multitude, like the people that I follow on Instagram, it's ridiculous the stuff that these people make.
Really.
Like I look at my knives and I not saying that I'm bad at making them, But I look at mine and I'm like, I've got a lot to learn. I mean, these guys have been doing it for 20 years. I've been doing it for, making chef knives for like 5.
Sure.
So I've got a lot to learn.
Fair enough.
My knives, yes, they're good.
Yep.
I know they're good. I use them. And again, just like my razors, I wouldn't sell them unless I knew they functioned.
Sure.
Um, but again, why would you need a knife like that? Again, it's a luxury item,
Fair enough.
you know?
That's an honest answer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I actually I had a raffle going for, I don't know if you saw it online. know, you, I know the people can't
Oh
see it, but
boy. Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
that one
badass
there.
knife. Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. That was all hand forged. So I did a raffle on this one. It wasn't selling. So I figured, you know what? We'll put it
Yeah.
up for a raffle
Yeah.
and we'll see how it goes. And it just closed off today. I posted it on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, can do a live draw on Friday.
Amazing. That's incredibly generous of you.
I mean, I get full price out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not losing anything. I'll probably lose shipping if it goes somewhere. I don't care. I mean, who cares? Just get rid of it. Get it into somebody's hand, make them happy.
Sure.
You know,
Oh,
I
that's
got a lot of
wonderful.
people that follow me and they just, they're happy to, it costs them $10 a spot. So whatever.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's neat. And compared to straight razors, do you make a lot of kitchen knives?
I'd like to make more. I'd like to spend more time making more chef
Okay.
knives. I enjoy making chef knives.
Yeah.
Um, I probably make half of that number,
Okay.
maybe 50, maybe
Yeah.
50 a year, maybe even probably lower than that. Again, it's another one of those things. It's a time consuming process.
For sure.
Um, the nice thing is this, like you saw the edge on or the back part of it. It was
Yeah.
all that kind of blackened. It's
Yeah.
called brute to forge. So the nice thing is I only have to hand sand half the blade, which is nice. So,
Right.
it
Fair
cuts down
enough.
on the amount of time of hand sanding. So that's nice.
And all of this is done outside of your day job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Incredible. Do you have any other hobbies to throw in there while you're at it?
No, not really.
No.
Barbecuing.
Okay. Well, we all got to eat,
Barbecue.
but yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, it goes further than that. I mean, you're
Oh,
looking
does
at
it?
smokers, drum smokers, offsets, and all that other kind of
Oh
stuff.
boy.
So,
Yet another rabbit hole. Okay.
and yeah, another rap. Yeah, my brother got into doing barbecue. Well, I mean, everybody barbecues, but he got into the business that I work for is his company. It's
Okay.
called VDC. Yeah, it's called VDC Can. It's a wholesale company. I'm a salesperson by day.
Yeah.
Um, he branched off and decided, he got into this barbecue thing. Well, I'm going to start doing barbecue. So
Interesting.
he opened up another company called Gospel Barbecue. So now he's the Canadian distributor for all of these American, people that, produce all the different spices and, rubs and
Okay.
sauces and all
Wow.
that.
Sure.
Yeah, he's got like 300 stores in Canada that he
No
supplies.
kidding.
Oh, it's crazy.
That's
Yeah, it's
great.
crazy.
Wow.
Oh, it's nuts.
People love
It's
their
it's almost
barbecue.
like hey,
People love their barbecue.
oh, I tell you,
Yeah.
I tell you, yeah,
Good for
nothing
him
better.
then.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
sure. I'm sure. I wonder if you can get that stuff. I'm sure you can in Quebec. Mind you, there's always.
you probably see people in Quebec that has my brother's stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, more than likely.
Cool.
If not, just go to his website.
Fair enough. Fair
There you
enough.
go.
And what's his website? Just for the people.
Gospelbarbecue.com.
All right. Love it. And pinstriping, you said you used to do, you stopped doing.
I actually I stopped pinstriping during COVID 2020 actually.
Okay.
Was it 2020? I was going to a show in Cincinnati, and I guess that week they had shut down the borders. We weren't sure about it, but there was rumors that it might get shut down.
Yeah.
The whole lockdown thing. I had my bags packed. I had all the panels. We usually do a charity. We do a charity auction. Um, so I would produce panels, bring them down. We'd auction them off, and the money would go to like Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah.
The one I do in Syracuse, New York, for the Syracuse National Car Show, huge car show. The last one I went to, we all of our auction product produced around $72,000 in
Oh,
donations
wow.
to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's huge.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's fantastic. But that 2020 was the last time I touched a brush. I've got all my paint kit over here.
Wow. Okay.
I just got tired of it. It's one of those things just kind of ran its course.
Fair enough. How long did
Yeah.
you do that for?
About 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah, about 12 years. I mean, the thing is, I mean, there's not really a lot of interest for that old school, you know, pinstriping.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
quite niche, I imagine.
it is very much so. I mean, I do a lot of helmets and I do a bunch of choppers. I did a bunch. I did two Jesse James bikes.
Okay.
A couple of guys that built them around my area.
Sure.
I did their bikes. I did a bunch of helmets and, different stuff like that. Um, and I enjoyed doing it. It's just one of those things. It was like, yeah, I'm done.
Like you said, it ran its course. Fair enough.
It did. Yeah.
Very, very artistic though, and sort of almost a lost art, I would say.
It's a tedious thing to do.
Right.
It really is.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Beautiful in the end, really.
It really
Often,
is. Yeah.
often nice results, and something very unique. Um, all of this, I love the Valentini Garage Works. It's so evocative to me, but it
Yep.
it kind of makes sense to me now too, that,
Yep.
all things you can find in a garage or
You
doing
know
out of
what it
your
is?
garage.
My girlfriend and I were sitting at the table, we're having dinner, and we had a couple of bottles of wine, and we just started shooting, just chatting, saying, like, I got to give this thing a name.
Yeah,
And I've always, it's Valentini pinstriping, or it's tattoo machines because I made tattoo machines, and all this other stuff.
sure.
And she goes, well, why don't you just call it this? And
Yeah.
just, you're always out in the garage, with the board, you're doing it.
Right.
Just this thing that encompasses all of your work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of, yeah,
I
we'll
think
do that.
it's a great name. And
Yeah, I drew up a logo and
oh, you did that
sent it
as
up.
well? Of
I
course
drew,
you
yeah,
did.
I,
The
I
artist.
drew up
Yeah.
the actual pencil sketch for it, and
Okay.
then I sent it over to uh, a friend who does Photoshop. So I said, I want it to look like a traditional style tattoo.
Yeah.
These are the colors that I want. And this is, and I think she sent me back two proofs, and I was like, yeah, okay, you nailed them. I like that one, so we'll use that one.
Sure. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Amazing. I can appreciate that. My day job is a graphic designer, so
Oh, is that right? Eh?
yeah, I do. I
Very
do
good.
that kind of stuff too. It's more sort of corporate stuff, but nonetheless.
Yep.
Are you St. Catherine native?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Born and
That's
bred.
nice. To be perfectly, I've been past St. Catharines, but I've never
Yeah.
stopped.
It's not much
Uh,
to say.
no, I was going to say, what's fun there?
You know what? A lot of stuff is closed down. We used to be the Garden City.
Okay.
There's been a lot of stores closed. Our old, the place that everybody would go to, Port Dalhousie.
Yeah.
Lakeside Park. Rush wrote the song about it.
Right on. Yeah.
That's changed. Everything's changed. It's sad to see. It's not the way it used to be.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to have some pretty good bars. When we used to ride motorcycles, we'd all park in front of the one bar and we watch
Right.
all the stuff happening across the street going into
Sure.
the other bar. And we always had really good times. Well, all those bars are closed up. The
No
city
kidding.
said, we're going to build condos out of this space. And it just, yeah, it's no longer what it was.
Right. I
It's a
imagine.
shame.
Is there, yeah, that is a shame. It's sad to see. I feel the same way about Montreal too. It's
Yeah.
it's
Well,
far
you got
cry
some
from what
pretty
it used to
areas
be.
in Montreal, though.
Montreal's a bigger city, and
Yeah.
there are some beautiful areas, and there's
Yeah.
still many amazing things about Montreal. But over my lifetime, I was born in Vancouver, but I moved here
Okay.
at a young age. It's changed a great deal,
Yeah.
and it's sad to see. I mean, I'm also quite a minority as an Anglophone Montrealer, but
There you go, too. Yeah,
nonetheless.
they don't like to speak a lot of English, do they?
Well, no. Politically, certainly not. And I'm fluent in French because you sort of
Okay.
have to be, or it's in your best interest. But I gotta
Yeah.
say, anywhere else in Quebec, it's quite French. Montreal is still quite an international city, so you can get by in English.
Right.
And there's a
Right.
lot of tourists, and there's
Yeah.
a lot of things happening that require English. So still, I live
Still
my
okay.
my little English life in my English bubble in Montreal. So
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
So, future plans for Valentini Garage Works? Add anything to that garage?
Yeah. I'm still looking at a forge press.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. I've had my eyes on a couple of different ones. There's a company called Coal Iron Works out of the U.S.
Yeah,
Um, I'm thinking about one of theirs, but with the way the duties and taxes and shipping and import fees and everything else, it just basically doubles the price of the press.
Right.
So I found a Canadian company, thankfully.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to be working with them
Okay.
maybe in the new year.
Sure. That's
It's a bit,
exciting.
it's a big nut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a cheap item. So as much as I want one, I mean, I could buy one tomorrow, but yeah,
It's a big, big, big
it's a
outlay.
big, it's a big investment.
Yeah.
It is. It's a big investment.
Fair enough.
So yeah.
But still nice to see that you're, committed to
Well, it just, you know what? It just
forging
opens
it.
up more doors. If I can get something
Okay.
like that, it'll open up more doors where I can make different Damascus.
Yeah.
So I can actually make, all the different types. There's again another rabbit hole that you're going to fall through. But it'll actually give me the ability to make my own Damascus rather than going out and buying it.
Right.
So I'll
Amazing.
have again more control over what I'm using.
Sure.
You
Sure.
know,
No, that's exciting.
yeah,
And that's
yeah,
a great evolution or would be a great evolution.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I'm very curious about tattoo gun or
Mhm.
tattoo machine. Can
Yep.
you talk about that for a minute?
Um, yeah. I mean, you can see in the video, I've
Yes.
got a bunch of tattoos.
Yep.
I started tattooing. I only tattooed for maybe a year or so.
Okay.
My uncle started teaching me. He's owned a few tattoo shops.
Okay.
He's the old biker type tattoo
Sure.
guy.
Yeah.
So, um, fantastic guy, love him to death. But he taught me, you just do this, do that. I tattooed him. He tattooed me.
Nice.
So we kind of learn.
Yeah.
I just kind of realized the fact that I'd much rather collect tattoos than give tattoos.
Fair enough.
And then I went down another rabbit hole of making tattoo machines. So again, I buy
But like a tattoo gun or
the actual machine. The
okay.
actually, if you go onto my Instagram page, I posted a few weeks back. There's a twisted frame. I did a lot of twist frame tattoo machines.
Okay.
So I'd make the actual device. So I'd make the frame. I used
Yeah.
to make the coils, and as time consuming as it is, I could just buy the coils from a reputable company. I used to deal
Sure.
with a guy out of California. Can't remember his name, but I would just order them from him.
Okay.
It was cheap, $40 for a set of coils. I'd get them shipped in. But I made everything else, the binding posts, like the whole, basically everything except for the coils to make the machine run.
Sure. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I had a good time making those. Sold a
Interesting.
bunch.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people in the States. I sold a couple overseas. Just kind of neat to see my stuff kind of, between knives and,
Sure.
knives, razors, tattoo machines going around the world. It's kind of fun.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
all sort of made by your hand. So that's it's quite
Yeah.
impressive. A,
Yeah.
a true
Yeah.
Renaissance man.
Yeah, it's weird. It's just kind of one of those. It's a weird thing that just kind of happened. When
Yeah.
people see you on their website and they said, "Hey, I'd like to buy that." Okay, where are you from? Oh, Dubai. What?
Yeah. How much is
Dubai.
shipping? Right.
Surprisingly, like $80.
Okay.
It wasn't much at all.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing.
but yeah, but I mean, going all the way out there, that's kind of crazy.
This is the globalization of our
Yeah,
world. It's super easy to go online, find someone and sort of,
yeah,
interact and buy
yeah.
stuff from them.
I just find it really weird that people are willing to drop, good. My stuff's not cheap, but I
Right.
mean, a complete stranger is going to give me money for something, that they see online,
Sight unseen, right.
sight unseen, never touch it, never felt it, never.
Well, it's interesting because, there's a huge trust element there. And
Massive,
once you
massive.
send it and it's well received,
Yeah.
then they comment on it and it just perpetuates. So,
Yeah, and I think it makes it easy for them too, just because of the fact that what they see my Facebook, they see my website, they see
sure.
me on Instagram, they know what I look like. They
Right.
hear me talk.
Yeah,
When I post some stupid videos, but they get a little more familiar with me. They know that there is actually a person behind that
for
item
sure.
that's for sale. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I hope that my small part in that can amplify that a little more.
absolutely, absolutely. No, this has been very cool.
Thank you. And right back at you. It's been a real
Yeah,
pleasure chatting. Good to get to know you a bit and
you as well.
talk about your products.
Yeah, you as well. I appreciate this.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Um, any questions from you before we
Oh,
say goodbye? No, no pressure.
I'm kind of tapped actually.
Oh, fair
What
enough.
kind of motorcycle do you ride?
I ride a Suzuki SV 1000.
Okay. Oh, sport touring, you said.
Sport touring. It's a V twin.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm right now I'm looking at a Kawasaki Versys as an
Okay.
alternative to that because Montreal streets suck, and
Yeah.
you need a sort of adventure bike more than anything to get around.
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends that own adventure bikes.
Yeah,
There's no way I can get on them. I can't touch the ground.
fair enough.
I'm a little vertically challenged, so you know.
Okay, I'm not a tall man myself. I'm about 5'7".
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Um,
close.
yeah, but a good lean, and I can
Yeah.
anchor myself.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's cool. A lot of fun.
It manages the potholes a lot better than a low sort of sport tuned bike. Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt. Harleys don't take those things too well, so
at all, at all.
no.
Mind you, there's huge Harley culture here. So,
Yeah, true enough.
nonetheless, I imagine in St. Catharines as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had all the bike gangs down this. Well, you guys too, Rock
Yeah, we
Machine,
we
all
have
those other.
we have our
Yeah,
share of bike
yeah,
gangs.
you
Yeah.
guys were pretty huge. I mean, we've still got them in like Hamilton and
Okay.
Toronto and all that, but
Yeah.
you don't see them quite as much. But I mean, it's always been that culture. So
Right.
yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Part of who we live amongst, I guess. I don't know.
yeah. You know what? When you get them by, you know what? You never get on the wrong side. But
Right.
all the different bike shows that I've been to, I've been chatting with these guys for years. I mean, my uncle was part of it years and years ago
Yeah.
with the choice, and you get these guys one on one, and you're talking bikes,
Perfectly fine guys.
normal.
Yeah. When you get into business dealings with them, that's a whole other story. But
Never take a loan.
that's right. And wise advice. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
100%.
Cool. Well, on that note, not taking a loan. Uh, I'll say thank you again for your time, Rob. It's been really a pleasure.
No problem. Very much appreciated.
And to our listeners, thank you as always for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.